welcome back to Charmin's Kitchen. Hope you guys are doing well and keeping safe. Today I'm going to be sharing a recipe with you guys for fish cake Guyana style. So it is one that you can take the fresh fish, or you can use some salted fish and add it with potatoes or cassava and make a fish cake. I already have a video with tuna cake, but this is a little bit different because I'm doing it from scratch with the fresh fish and everything like that. So I just want to share this recipe with you guys. It's my sister's recipe, so I'm shouting out to my sister. Hope you're watching, and I'll take you guys to the step by step. Guys, this is the fish we're gonna be using. I'm using a fresh red snapper. It's a small one, not a big one. I'm just gonna cut off the head, and then I'm gonna make sure that I wash it properly. I had it thawing out here because I had it in my freezer, and I'm gonna clip all the fins and everything. I'm gonna wash it with some lime, and then after that I will show you guys the next step. Guys, like I said, I have a pan with some water boiling, and I'm just gonna steam the red snapper into it with some salt and black pepper. I cut off the head and the fin, and I clean it with some lime, and I'm just gonna steam this fish on both sides to make this fish cake. I'm gonna steam it on both sides. It's not boiling it. We're not boiling to make it soft, because we want it to be nice and firm when we're dealing with it. And guys, for the fish cake, you can make it with salted fish too, or you can make it with any fish of your choice. But I do have a recipe on my channel already for tuna fish cake, but I thought I should share this one because this is the way we make fish cake in Guyana. We usually take fresh fish or salted fish, and then we will make it like that instead of the tuna. So tuna is a different recipe, and I have that on my channel. But today I'm going to show you guys the real Guyanese way how we make the fish cake from fresh fish. And guys, this is my sister recipe. She's very good at making fish cake, and she's very good at making meatballs and mince balls and all that. So today I'm using her recipe. So I want to shout out to my sister. If you're watching, big shout out to you. I always like your fish cake. So guys, I'm gonna let this cook a few minutes on one side, and then I'm gonna flip it over, and by the time then it's gonna be ready, I'll show you guys our next step. Guys, I have some potato because we need potato for some for the fish cake, or some kind of starch. You can use cassava as well, but I'm gonna use some fresh potato, and I'm just gonna use about 1 pound of potatoes. And I have the fish is about 1 pound as well, so I don't want to make it too much potato and less fish. I want to balance it off evenly with half and half potatoes and half fish, so it can have a very nice good flavor. So I'm just using this 4 potatoes. So I'll peel these potatoes and boil them until they're nice and soft and tender, and then I'll show you guys the next step. Guys, the fish is done, and I just have to steam it on maybe 3 minutes on one side and 3 on the other, but you can cook it as long as you like. When you look here, you can see, just if you go a little bit closer, that it's nice and white, and I can feel that it's cooked. So we just wanted to steam this, because if you overcook it, it's going to become so soft and hard to work with. So I'm going to turn the stove down, and then on this side here, I have a pot that I'm going to be cooking, boiling the potatoes. And I always put my potatoes in cold water, room temperature, not cold. So this is the pound of potato I cut into small pieces like that. So I will cook them until they're nice and soft, and I'll add a little bit of salt. I'm going to turn the stove on and let this cook. So the fish is already cooked. I'm going to be straining that out from the water, and I will leave it to cool off. Just about a teaspoon of salt so the potato can have flavor. And then once everything is super cool, then I'm gonna start putting it together and show you guys the next step. So guys, the potatoes are done. because I did like that and it's cutting, so it's nice and soft. I'm gonna strain this and then I will leave it to I'm actually gonna mash it and leave it to cool, and then I will start putting the fish cake together. So guys, I use my potato masher and I finished mashing these potatoes. So I'm gonna let it cool off and then I will start the next process. So guys, I let the fish sit for a while so it can cool, and now what I'm gonna do, I'll move it apart from the bone. So when we're making this, we don't want any bone inside, and see how easy it is to move apart after you steam it. The back here usually have that backbone, so I have to make sure that I get that out, because we don't want, when we're eating this fish cake, that there is bone inside. And then you can just like move it apart like that. It's fully cooked, and then the other set of bones will be right at the end here that I'm gonna carefully take out. And any fish that you're using, at the back here usually have that backbone that you have to remove. And once you get all the bone out, then you can start mixing your potato together with the fish. So I'm gonna keep on doing this, and then I'll show you guys how much I get out of the fish. This is all the fish on both sides. I pull all the bones out, but the good thing with this, when you're rolling off your fish cake, because you're gonna have to make a small shape with it to fry, you will be able to tell if there's extra bones in there. So I pull out all the backbone, and at the in front had some bone, and this is the whole middle bone that I got everything out. So when you steam the fish, this is just easy, you just lift it off like that. So I'm gonna take all this bone out, and I have my potatoes on the side here that I mashed, and I had it cooling off. So I'm gonna add it here along with my ingredients, and I'll show you guys which ingredients I'm adding. So guys, these are the seasoning that I'm gonna put into the potato and the fish. I have a small onion. I have half of hot pepper. It's not very hot, but it have a nice kick. I have here 2 sprigs of fine thyme from my own garden. I have 2 garlic cloves, and I have some green onions that I picked from my own garden. So I'm gonna blend this all up, because I like to blend the seasoning. In that way it mix in very well into every part and distribute evenly into the potato and the fish. And once I finish blend it up, I will show you guys how we put it together. You can also, if you don't like it blend up or grind up, if you have one of those mortar and pestle, you can pound it up, or you can finely chop them very fine and put it in if you like the texture of your ingredients. So you can also do it that way as well. So let me blend, and I'll come back and show you guys. So guys, I'm gonna start mixing up the ingredients now, and I'm gonna start with the salt first of all. So I have 1 teaspoon of salt. I'm gonna mix that in after I put everything in. And then I have here, I'm gonna add 1/4 of a teaspoon of black pepper. So I'm just gonna spread it out there nicely. And then finally, just smell this. This goodness here is going in. This is my onion. I have to get everything. So what I did, I didn't puree very fine. I'd leave it with a little bit of chunks, because I wanted to flavor this up nicely, and I can see bits and pieces inside. I like when I can see the seasoning, because then it tells me that there is enough inside. So I'm gonna put all of it, and the pepper is just popping through there. Like the scent of that pepper is so nice. So I got everything here, and then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna give this a little bit of a mix. Look how nice it look with all the green stuff, and that's from the green onion and a little bit of thyme that I put into here. So this is gonna be super flavorful. And then now I'm gonna go ahead, and I just wanna break up the fish into small pieces. I'm gonna let the fish just steam. If you overcook it, it's gonna be like so soft and hard to deal with. And then just let it cool down and get nice and cold, because when you mix everything warm, they tend to get like too soft for me. I don't know about you guys, but I like to let it sit, everything sit until they're nice and cool down, and then add everything, start mixing it. Or if you notice that something was overcooked and it's too soft, just leave it in your fridge for a little bit, and then it's gonna get nice and firm for you to work with again, and then that will help you to form your shape or your ball or whatever you're gonna make, what shape you're gonna make it into. But look at that, how beautiful that is with the fish. And this seasoning is enough to season the fish and the potato and everything in here. So I'm gonna give it a nice mix, and I leave the fish chunky a little, so when you get one, you can bite into nice little pieces of the fish. So I'm gonna mix this, and it smells so good, and I have to taste a little bit to see if there's enough salt, and if I have to add some more, this would be the good point before I start rolling them off. Jess, you want to taste?
Yeah.
And guys, you can add breadcrumbs in here, you can add a whole egg and all that, but today I'm just gonna do it simply with the fish and the potato. And I'm gonna, when I'm ready to fry it, then I'm gonna put it into egg batter and then fry it. So Jessie's tasting. How is that? It tastes good?
It tastes good.
How is the salt content?
It doesn't need more salt. It's perfect.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
But Jess, because it smells so nice, I want to taste a little bit
And
too.
I can taste some pepper.
You taste that pepper?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect, right?
Yeah.
So guys, I'm gonna roll them off. I'm just gonna wash my hands, and then I'm gonna show you guys how I do the first 2 or 3, and then we will move ahead and do the rest. So guys, when you go to a party or you go to some get-together in Guyana and you see something looking like this, you know it's a fish cake. Or there's another way too that you can make them. They sometimes make them like this. I'll show you guys. So that's what is so unique about the shape of things when we do them in Guyana, because they put the shape of the things that if somebody is not there to tell you what it is, you can tell from the shape. So if you look here, you can see pieces of the fish, and sometimes they look like that. You know, it's a fish cake. But for frying purposes, I like when it's shaped this way, because it's easy to flip on this side and flip back on that side. But when it's shaped like that, if you don't deep fry, then you have to keep rolling until all sides are brown. So I'm gonna make about 4 of these, because I know the kids would want 1 each. So I'm gonna make about 4 of those, and then I will do the rest flat, because it makes the frying way easier. And I like sometimes when I have to do less frying instead of doing more frying. So I'm gonna keep on doing this, and once we're done, I'm gonna show you guys the next step. If you mix the texture of it nice and it's not too soft, it's gonna be so easy to roll it off. Look at that, so easy, it's not even sticking on your hands. But if it's too soft, you're gonna have a whole set of the potatoes sticking to your hands, and it will be so hard to work with. But like I said earlier, a trick to do that is to leave it in the fridge. If you ever run into that problem and you find that your potato is too soft or the fish is too soft, just leave it in your fridge for about half an hour to 45 minutes until it's nice and cold, and it's gonna form up a little. The fridge will help it to form up. So that's another trick of getting it to roll or to shape off properly. Guys, my oil is hot, so I'm gonna start frying now. So what I usually do, I take one and then I put it into the egg batter, and then I would put it into some flour, and then I'm gonna make sure it's coated well with the flour, and then I will put this into the hot oil, which is already hot. And that's what I'm gonna do for all the other ones. But guys, if you do not like, because I remember some people do not like the eggs, the smell of the egg after. If you fry it properly, guys, you don't really smell the eggs. I never really had that problem, but some people can detect the smell more than some. You can always put the egg in the mixture, like mix it with the potato and the fish, and then that would help it to hold together as well. And you just have to fry it just like that instead of putting it into egg and to flour. So that's another way as well. But you can switch it up the way you can handle it, or the way you like it best. But this is just one version of making the fish cake. And like I said, I want to shout out to my sister again. She's gonna wait to see the turnout later, because this is her recipe I'm using. In the past, mostly I did for my recipe is the tuna cake, but she is the one who usually do fresh fish or salted fish cake. But my recipe is always the one with the tuna cake. So I don't want to crowd it. I'm gonna wash my hands and then turn those ones. And you want them to fry until they're nice and golden brown. And make sure that your oil is nicely hot, because if it's not, then it's gonna be soaking up a lot of oil. So this one is nice, and look at that, they have the nice golden brown outside. And you just flip them and let them fry for a little on the other side until that side is nice and brown as well, because the potato is already cooked and the fish is already cooked. So it's not much cooking, but when you fry stuff, it always tastes nice. So I guess the frying is just making it way much delicious. So I'm gonna keep on doing this process until I'm done, and then I'll show you guys the after, how it looks after, and of course the taste test. So guys, here is our plate of fish cake made with red snapper and potatoes, and I garnish it with some of parsley from my garden, fresh parsley. So here I'm gonna do the taste. And like I told you guys, in Guyana, if you're attending some kind of birthday or anniversary or get together and you see a plate with things shaped like these or like this, you will know exactly their fish cake. So guys, I'm gonna take one of the one look like a finger, and I'm gonna take one of the round one, and I'm gonna let you guys know. The reason I have here some chickpeas, and I have some cucumbers and some carrots. This is my dinner, guys. So I'm gonna taste and let you guys know. My kids are patiently waiting for me to do this taste test so they can have some as well. So I just want to show you guys the inside. So just if you want to show them the inside, I'm just gonna open up this one and show you guys how nice it is. It is nice and crunchy on the outside and nice and soft in the inside. And because I put the egg batter, it have like a thin layer on the outside, but it's not a thick batter. So guys, you can change this up as much as you like. You can eat it with some mango sour. You can eat it with some chutney, or you can eat it with whatever you like, some pepper sauce or whatever. But today I'm just having a quick cucumber and carrots salad. So guys, this is my taste for all my viewers and all my subscribers. And I'm shouting out to my sister for this recipe. So I'm gonna do the taste now. I can't wait to smell so good. Oh my god. Oh my god. It is so delicious, guys. So delicious. This is just full with flavor. The flavor is so rich in here. The hint of that nice pepper that I put in. Guys, the garlic and the onion and everything. And you can taste the fish. Not like when you use the fresh fish in this fish cake, but guys, it's so delicious. You can use this as when you have a get together as a appetizer. You can use it for kids school snack. You can use it as a picnic food, whatever you like. For me, I'm using it as a dinner tonight. So guys, hope you guys love the step. It was very simple. You can use any fish of your choice. And if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, you only have to subscribe to one video. Until then, stay blessed, all, each and every one of you. Bye for now.